Hello Cancer and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for April the 16th through to the 30th. So moving from Aries season into Taurus season. And we have the beautiful Miss Stella here just basking in the sunshine. Little Stelly, she hasn't been 100% well, so she went for a trip to the vet today, but they said there's nothing wrong with her. So I'm like, doesn't make any sense. She's felt a bit out of sorts. So I think that there's things still about to be revealed. Exactly what's happening with you guys. The High Priestess is coming through. So this is very highly intuitive energy coming in for you. And it's saying things are about to be revealed. And I kind of get like, before I started the reading, Cancer, I got this image of something. It felt like something large was looming. And it kind of made you want to run away in a way. So it feels like there's potentially something that feels fearful, but might not necessarily be so. We'll see. But we've got Cancer, Moon, Taurus coming in with the High Priestess. So this is your ruler, the Moon coming through. And really trusting that intuition. So getting some highly intuitive messages. So this also might be around somebody that's very, very important to you, or if you are the most important person to somebody else, this may be looking at your role in that situation. We've got Pentacle 10, Venus, Virgo, beautiful coming out for you. So this is saying that there's something being revealed to you that is very stable and long lasting. Especially around money and love. So yeah, this is a really beautiful, and it's because there's been a lot of hard work being put in. So there's kind of a lot of reward for hard work here, but it's almost like because of the channels in which you're understanding this, it's through your intuition as well. So interesting. So Cancer, this reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because they kind of give you a fuller picture of what's been going on for you, like a more holistic view. And your moon sign will be a little bit more subjective. But also this is a general reading, Cancer. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading. And the link for that will be in the description box below. So let's rescue these cards before Stella decides to sit on them. She's like, I was planning on sitting on those cards. Why did you move them? So we have the Five of Swords, Uranus, Aquarius, and it's kind of interesting. This little card has come out a fair bit in the readings, and it just came out for Scorpio as well. This reading's got a similar kind of feel, even though a slightly different message to Scorpio. So if you have any Scorpio in your chart, or you're cross-watching for Scorpio, you might want to watch this. The Sword 5, Uranus, Aquarius, is coming out as something slightly different, because normally it means conflict between people or conflict inside your mind. But the Uranus Aquarius is kind of saying there's something from the future calling you. There's some sort of future idea that's wanting to come in here, and it's causing conflict because it's kind of creating this shift, this need to shift and change. So it's kind of interesting, the energy that's coming through with that. So intuitively you're getting these messages, but there's something very stable that is potentially coming in, but there's a little bit of a sense that I think the fear is around that even though it's stable, it can't remain exactly the same as it is because the future is shifting and changing at this moment in time. So interesting. Let's see. And this is where I feel like we kind of had that original image of something large looming that could feel a bit scary at this moment in time. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles. This is you working. So this could be a lot to do with your work, or something that you're spending a lot of time, putting a lot of time and effort and energy into or working on. So let's see what else is coming through for you, Cancer. Stella's found something interesting out there. I can hear the chooks. I can hear George by the window making funny little noises. Okay, crossed by the King of Swords, the Nine of Swords. Lots going on inside your mind here that you're kind of grappling with, because your intuition's probably telling you one thing and then your mind is interpreting it in a way. Interestingly, we were talking about like there's something that I think that you it's in a weird way, it's seeming bigger than what it is. It's a very Nine of Swords energy of seeing phantoms or worrying about something that, or thinking something's going to be worse than what it is. So yeah, kind of interesting. At the base, you've got the Eight of Swords. So it's like your mind is all locked up and all tied up at this moment in time. It's like it needs to be freed in a way, what's going on inside your head. The Page of Swords and the Three of Swords. Okay. So, yeah, there's something, you're processing something here. So let's see. We've got the Two of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Tower energy. I think that's in your hopes and fears. I think maybe that's kind of like I don't know, that different for all of you, but the Seven of Pentacles. Wow, what a mixed bag this is. Okay, it really is a bit of a mixed bag energy coming through. I need another card for this with the Three of Swords, and we've got the King of Wands. Okay. Oh my goodness. There's an intuitive message here, Cancer, that is saying start this. And it's a sense of either there's been delays around it, or you haven't been able to step into it, or there's something blocking you for whatever reason. Your head's saying, no, you can't be doing that. But I do feel like it's one of those messages that's a bit like the Tower energy, that if the universe really wants you to step into this, you're getting that intuitive message loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. And like I said, there's conflict inside your mind about this, because I think there's resistance about stepping into it, because it's like, I've got everything stable and secure with this Ten of Pentacles. Why would I want to shake things up and rock the boat at this moment in time? So that feels scary. But there is this message from the higher realms coming in around your work. So and you cross by your, the King of Swords, it's your head saying, not making any plans, not doing that. No. No, we're keeping things as they are. Thank you very much. So it's kind of interesting. And it may be that for some of you, you're working on this energy of, you feel like you're being crossed by a very fixed idea, or somebody with very fixed ideas, someone who's very strong, maybe intellectually has some kind of authority over you in terms of their opinions, someone very opinionated perhaps. But it does feel like it's like something's been offered, there's an option that's coming in intuitively, and your brain's just immediately going, no, can't do that. Because it's not how it's not how your brain has always thought of it that way. So this is kind of stressing you out, because this is not going to go away, like I said. So the Nine of Swords, and it's one of those interesting things, is that the Tower energy can come in if you're not listening to the message. Sometimes it will make the change for you if you go too far down the wrong path. The universe will do that. But yeah, the Nine of Swords is just stress, worry. You're worried about something, stressing about something, staying up at night, a bit of anxiety around work, and maybe some messages that you're getting coming in around that. And at the base, you've got the Eight of Swords. So it's almost like you just don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear this message that's coming through, or you're feeling really, really restricted here. It's kind of like, and I feel like a lot of these restrictions are self-imposed. You're not giving yourself permission to move forward with something. So you've got the Eight of Swords feeling like you're in a restricted space at this moment, like you're kind of hemmed in, almost like locked in, and you need to get out. The Page of Swords in the recent past, I feel like there was some kind of bit of information that came through to you that precipitated all of this. So some kind of message, or you saw something online, or you heard something, and it kind of might have been this spiraling tailspin that you've gone down, that it's kind of gone, no. You've put there's a sense of don't want to know about that, don't want to do it. Yeah, very much like a no. So it's kind of interesting, because in the near future, you've got the Three of Swords and the Page of Wands. So this is, even looking at this and the idea of starting something new is perhaps causing you heartache and pain. It's like, I can't even consider even doing this at this moment in time. So even the idea of it, is with the Page of Wands, it's usually like starting something new, wanting to see some new growth coming in. It's like, I can't even consider it. So there's just an option on the table that you have got a big, big no to, which is kind of interesting, or there's something that's stopping you and delaying you from stepping into something new that you're wanting to step into, because you've got the Two of Wands here, which is kind of like you're wanting to step into it. This is you in the situation, you know, you are wanting to start this new thing and leave something behind, but it just feels impossible at this moment for whatever reason. So the fact that it isn't starting is potentially causing you some grief as well. So we've got, as the energy surrounding you, the Four of Cups. So the more you remain in this kind of stagnant position or stuck position, the more you're going to feel disillusioned. You're going to feel very bored, frustrated. These feelings are going to just get kind of, you know, more and more. They're going to get worse and worse. And then in a weird way, you want the Tower to come, I would say, for some of you, because it's sort of like you want to, it's breaking the lock. It's breaking the stronghold. It's breaking, the deadlock, so that you can kind of free yourself. I kind of get this sense that there's something that feels like it's in jail at this moment in time. Quite literally could be somebody in jail, but I actually feel like there's a part of you that is just all locked up and not letting something out. It's kind of, but at the same time, you want to be able to be freed and be let out. So interestingly, as an outcome, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So there's a lot of things that don't make a lot of sense in this reading, to be honest. Logically, the reading doesn't make sense, which I think is why it's messing with your head. It's messing with your mind. Intuitively, it probably does make sense. And this is where it's kind of, you're seeing the conflict between the two, because there is a sense that there's something new coming, there's new growth, there's something that the universe wants you to step into. And this is the Seven of Pentacles, is kind of saying, look, you've been working really, really hard at something. Look at all these things that you've achieved here with this Eight of Pentacles. Look at those line of pentacles that you've got there. You could take one of them, something that you've got, or maybe money put aside, or some sort of skill, or some time, whatever it is that you've built up, maybe a reputation, maybe you've got a lot of connections and friends. There's something that you can use to invest, because there's a seed here that can be planted here with the Seven of Pentacles, and it's saying not to be too miserly with it, because you've got something that maybe you're not realizing that you have, that you can plant this seed and see the growth that you're looking for. It's just the answer isn't necessarily logical, but it's actually strangely been there all the time. It's been there all along, the thing that you needed to bring the growth and to step into this sense of being able to move forward with the Seven of Pentacles. It's almost like taking a step back and assessing and going, okay, what do I have and how can I invest time, energy, money into something to kind of get to where I want to, because I want to get to the Ten of Pentacles. I may feel like I'm a little bit at the Eight, but I'm feeling a bit stuck at the Eight. I can't get to the next level. And so I'm taking one step back. It's a bit of a retrograde energy coming in for you, Cancer. Taking one step back, going, okay, maybe redoing the step again, so that you can do it, so you can see the growth that you're looking for here. So it's kind of interesting, because it is saying it's possible, and intuitively you're getting the message it's possible. Intuitively it's being revealed to you, some of the answers, and that it was there all along, but you might have accidentally gone down the wrong path for the first time. And then it's just retracing your steps and going, okay, let's do it again. It's a very patient and methodical kind of way to go. And it's kind of hard to go backwards, to go forwards, really. That you could be meeting all sorts of resistance in terms of wanting to do that. But ultimately, the King of Wands is saying you are in control of this. This is your life. This is your direction. So you're totally in control of it, even though there's aspects that feel trapped or totally out of control. So it's kind of a quandary. It's getting yourself out of a situation that doesn't make a lot of sense, the solution, but at the same time, the answer was there all along. So in plain sight, quite literally in the center of the reading as the situation. So it's interesting. And I think once you kind of retrace your steps and go back and find that and see that it's there. You've got something that you can use and work upon and build to where you want to get something to get to. That's when you're going to feel a little bit more in control with that King of Wands, like it's a bit more of an inspired vision. So, and you're doing things on your own terms as well, but finding the success and stepping into kind of a leadership role within your life. So, yeah, it's an interesting one because I find you find yourself in a bit of a maze or a puzzle, and there's certain directions that a crab can't go, but it seems like logically it seems like you can't go in certain directions, but at the same time you can. It's very strange. It's a very strange message that's coming through. But this says, I forgive myself. Okay. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I am free to love myself. So it's kind of like, maybe you there's a fear of doing something wrong, like making a wrong step, because maybe you've done something wrong in the past. Maybe this is reflective of something that's happened in the past, and it's kind of being mirrored in a current situation. It's all, like I said, there's this fear of this big thing looming that didn't feel right, and a sense of wanting to run away from it. But at the same time, there was this sense that it's okay. It's okay. So, yeah, this one says, my life is a mirror. Oh, okay. I hadn't read this when I was talking about that. The people in my life are really mirrors of me. This affords me the opportunity to grow and change. So, yeah, it's kind of an interesting one. It's a bit of a hall of mirrors one for you, Cancer. But the good news is there is a really positive solution here, and there's growth and tangible growth with the Seven of Pentacles. So, yeah, interesting. Let's pull a charm. Stelly really doesn't like the charms. Okay. Okay, you got the Skull and Crossbones, which is kind of, in a weird way, very apt, but also kind of funny in a way, but some people might not find it funny. But it's kind of like a warning. It's like a don't go down that path. You might be feeling a little bit like you might feel like you're getting some sense of danger, don't go that way. Whether it's real or not, it's really hard to determine because I feel like there's a lot of unreal fears. So there's kind of a sense of a very clear not wanting to go down a certain path, but at the same time, you don't necessarily have to go down that path because the way ahead is right in front of you. So, and we've got the Three of Swords. I just think there's a lot of fear of being hurt or choosing the wrong thing or making the wrong decision here. And yeah, I think that this Skull and Crossbones, there's potentially like despair here, or just feeling really worried about something, about maybe this might not even be you, that you're thinking somebody's going down the wrong path as well. But yeah, this is a hard one. I'm going to actually pull another one for you, Cancer, around another charm. We've got the Moth. So if you are worried about what the correct path is, it almost seems like a toxic situation here for you. If there's a lot of anxiety and worry and you're getting a lot of no's, this isn't right kind of messages, the Moth is saying fly to the light. Fly to those higher realms where you can find peace, where you can find clarity, where you can connect in with spirit. And that's where you'll find the healing, and that's where you'll find the direction that you need at this moment in time. So, yeah, it's an interesting one, Cancer. It really is. So let me just see if there's anything else that you need to hear about this reading before we tie it up. Yeah, I just kind of strangely get what I get for you is that it just feels like it's like the obvious solution is to go down that path, And the universe is kind of saying you don't have to go down the path. You've already got everything that you need right in front of you, and you can go about it a different way. There's a different answer, a different solution. There's a different, but it's not logical. So, yeah, that's kind of the message coming through for you. So I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, Cancer. We're going to explore this further. Let's go into the near future, the future beyond, see what happens with, we need some clarification, I think, for some of the energies. We'll pull some more messages, some advice that's coming in. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles fascinates me. It's saying that there is potential growth here where inside your mind I can see that it just doesn't feel possible at all. So I want to go down that path and see how and what it looks like and what some of the energies around that are and what some of the potentials are with that. So that's all going to be an extended reading. We're also going to just see what's coming in the near future and the future beyond, and pull any extra intuitive messages or clarifiers that you need to hear. And Cancer, usually I kind of go down the path of looking at career, money, love and relationships and pull cards specific for that. But for this fortnight, I'm getting messages to stick with this part of the reading, explore this a little bit further. And that's going to be in the extended reading, like a more of an in-depth, like, let's have a look at this and see where this is going. So that's all in the extended reading. Would love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below. Usually pin the link to the comments as well. But if this is where we're leaving each other, Cancer, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, because that lets YouTube know that you appreciate this content. And yeah, it helps with the growth of the channel. So I'm curious to know where this one is going, because it's, the solution is there, but just feels like you're locked in, hemmed in for whatever reason. So, yep. Take care, Cancer, and look forward to seeing you next time.